guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about a topic that I find really interesting, and that is the death of Princess Diana. It's just one of those things that always intrigued me, and it's so sketchy. There's so to go over here. If you've never heard the full story for her death, you definitely need to hear it. I didn't do a video on her death when I first started doing videos like this almost 5 year ago, but I wanted to revisit it now just because my whole process for making these videos has completely changed, and lately after the last big interview with Harry and Meghan, I have been finding myself kind of intrigued by the royal again. The thing about Americans, it we don't really know about anywhere else but America, at least most of us. And one thing we really never learn much about anywhere, and we don't get a lot of news for or anything it royal. So I'm aware that a lot of you watching this probably a lot more into the royal family than we, and just know a lot more about them because they've been a part of your life forever. And then there's probably a lot of you that don't know anything about the royal family. So I'm going to try to break down this story as simply as it can. I so firstly of all, Diana Francis Spencer, who is the where to show she come from. The she was born July 1st, 1961, and she was the youngest daughter of British nobles John Spencer and Frances Shand. And one misconception that people seem to have about Diana or had about Diana is that she was kind of a commoner who was suddenly whisked into the princess role. But it turns out that she was very used to this whole world of the royals, and her family was very close with the royal family. She definitely came from money. She lived in a house growing up. She grew up with her two sisters, Sarah and Jenny, and her younger brother Charles. She did have another brother named John, but unfortunately he died when he was just about an infant, and that was the year before she was born. Diana's parents deserved when she was only about 7 years old, and she took it really hard. Her father ended up getting custody of the kids for her mom is just described as a truly being an awful mother, someone that probably shouldn't have been a mother. So she was happy with the custody arrangements to be with her father. Later on, she would describe her childhood as unhappy and unstable. She had a really hard time just at home and also in school, but she was creative, kind. She was very thoughtful, kind. From a young age, she played the piano. She also did swimming and diving. He was very active, kind, and like I said, her family and being close to the royals of generations, so much to the royal let them less property, special property on their land. It was one of the queens private estates, and this place was hugged, and so they grow up close by to the royal stand. They grew up playing with the princess, and from a very young age, I think she started knew she was wanted to be royal. But one thing that she said is it will get married. It constant place, and it's someone dead. Diana knew from a young age that she was going to be important or she was going to somehow make herself important. So Diana grew up around the royals and she really liked Charles from a young age. He was much older than her thought. It's kind of one of those little girls' crushes, but she always loved to the ideas for marrying him and maybe becoming a royal herself. And then, when she was 16, Diana first met Princess Charles, and he was 29 at the time. He was actually dating her older sister Sarah at the time, and she was just the younger sister who was around. Then when she was 16, she moved to London when she was done with finishing school, of course, and some moved into a flat with seven other friends. And during its time, Jan took a bunch of low-paying jobs. We definitely did not consider herself above any type of work, and even though she came from, well, she was a nanny at one point, a house cleaner, even hosted. So then in the summer of 1980, Princess Charlie started showing interest in Janet Axel, started dating, and the paparazzi were really into it. They would literally follow them around.